So we've finally got the carbon guard, side radiator guard things from CNC Racing. Took about probably just shy of 3 months to come, but you know, it's all handmade, and they've come across, and so now we're going to fit them. The reason you're not seeing me for is that I'm in the grips of, and I've caught it. I have caught it, yep. So we've heard a lot about it over the news and media. I've caught man flu, so it's one of those, you know, silent, deadly killers, and it affects obviously men of all races, nationality. It doesn't discriminate. It's just, I mean, it discriminates sexually, obviously, because it's called man flu. But I mean, you know, I'm sure women, you got your own flu, and you know, gender non-binary or whatever, you got something else. But yeah, I've got it, and yeah, so I'm going to keep pushing on. In fact, just so you can see, like, I'm not feeling well. Like, my nose is blocked, my body's aching, and I'm still coming live, pumping this content out so I can show you how this is done. My brain feels like a fruitcake that's just like crumbling. And yeah, it's cool, but you know, it'll get better. I'll get better. I'm on antibiotics and pills and drugs and you name it. Yeah, we'll get on with this. I just hope someone like busts through my door and just shoots me in the face so I can just, you know, go to sleep and not have to deal with it. But anyway, that's the wrong attitude. Onwards and upwards, and let's fit these things to the bike and yeah, see how it all goes. All right, cool. Oh God, kill me now. All right, so I've got them on. What should have taken, I would say, 10-15 minutes to do, took me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to do, purely for the fact that my brain's not working and I had to try and find the CNC nuts that I bought. The CNC actually do a kit for the side radiator, and I didn't want to go red to off-center. I wanted to go black to sort of tie it all in. The fit on the CNC rad guards are actually not too bad. They're not 100% from, say, the stock guards, but again, this is aftermarket, so you can never, you know, expect, unless you're paying tens of thousands of dollars, to get an exact OEM fit. So I think they look good. They look good, especially with the winglets being red. And we'll do, a bit later on in the show, we'll do like a back, you know, like we'll have a look at the whole bike so you can see it all as one piece. Now, the keen eyes among us, or among you, or whatever, people that sort of are asking a question or have actually spotted it, the front guard, that's not a, it's not a factory guard. It's an aftermarket carbon guard, and you're probably thinking, well, whoopee-doo, everyone does that. But does everyone put an 1199, 1299 front guard on their Streetfighter? Yeah, exactly, got you there. No, I just don't like the stock Streetfighter guard. It looks like a whale penis or like a shovel, one of those big sort of long shovels. It's really wide, bulbous. Even in carbon, it doesn't really help it. So I found out a way that I could use an 11/1299 front guard on the Streetfighter. Now, I had to use titanium bolts because they have smaller heads to make it all fit, and I've just got to get the standard bracket for the 11/1299 on the back so that the brake cables can tie into it. Failing that, if I can't get one or anything like that, I just use a nice big fat cable tie. It's going to do exactly the same thing. I just think it sort of sharpens it up. Yes, I know you lose that little side opening that the stock has, but we're going to have the CNC brake ducts fitted up, so that's going to add to the cooling of the brakes and look cool as well. But I just think it's a sharper, thinner, you know, guard compared to the stock one. So again, we'll do towards the end of the show, we'll do a bit of a walk around so you can sort of see how it's coming together a little bit. And then yeah, any feedback, thoughts, you know what to do, write in the comments. And yeah, always happy to get people's thoughts, whether it's good or bad. You know, we all learn from everything. So awesome. So that's done. So when I was initially looking at the Streetfighter, when I got it and customers' bikes as well, one thing on this side that really stood out to me as something that we could improve on, looks-wise anyway, practicality, it does what it does, and that was the rear brake line. To me, I don't like that big arc, it sort of hides. They've done it, pretty much in a way so it routes back into the ABS unit. Then you've got this plastic cover, which is better because it's for the Panigale, not the Streetfighter, so you haven't got a tab up there, which is one cool thing supplied from CNC. But the other thing I hate is when people buy the rear brake canister, they go to fit it and it won't fit in the original spot because it's a different size. You've got this curvature from where the original one fits. They normally fit it out here, up there, and it sort of just looks, I don't know, it just doesn't look 100%. So my idea is to use a bit of tape, line, measuring tape, rope, whatever you call it. Basically, it's that. And I want to take this brake line off and then get it remade with the angle going downwards. And what I'm hoping to do is route the line across there, down its factory location to the ABS module, and then be able to get rid of the whole plastic shroud and run my own little bracket for the CNC canister. And it also is gonna, get rid of this big arc and maybe bring the brake line forward as well. Use a bit of the spiral heat-proof conduit to go over, so it's not gonna, because a lot of these lines, which I don't know if you can see, but there's one that pops out, they're actually metal, pressed metal, and then with the braided line. So if I leave that just bare, as the vibrations, it could scratch and mark the casing, which we don't want. And hopefully it will sort of make this area less cluttered and more purposeful. And, if that's the only thing it does, great, but it's more for looks because it's not going to change any performance aspects of the bike. But we'll see. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, or if I've done wrong measurements, or I just can't get it to work right, I haven't cut anything, so the stock line can go straight back on and it can be as is. I'll feel defeated and a little bit sort of sad inside, but I'll get over it. I'll move on. So we're going to take this off now, race it down to NZ, get them to make one up, and fingers crossed it kind of works. So let's get to work in stripping all this off. Okay. So I've just come back and I've fitted up the line. Everything fits perfectly, except I've moved the hump from here to over here. So at first I thought, yep, typical, my measurements were wrong and all that type of stuff. But then I've gone and measured it and they didn't make it to the length that I wanted. So I've now got to take it off and send it back. But at least I had the win of it wasn't my fault, because normally it is my fault, miscalculating and stuff like that. So you can kind of see how it's going to look, and it's sort of opened up that area a lot nicer. And then I've got 3 mounting points that I can use for the brake, rear brake reservoir, but I think it's going to be way too far over there. I want to try and work something that's nice and close and neat and and looks cool, and makes it look a lot more minimalistic, so to speak. So so next week I'll have to take this line off, get them to shorten the line, but other than that, it's the principle. Looks like it's going to work, so I'm happy with that. Just a shame now of back and forth, but that's what happens. Sometimes people make mistakes, we all do it. So stay tuned for the next sort of install on this side of things. Back from NZ, and they've cut the line exactly the right length that I wanted in the beginning, which is great. I lost a couple of hours of my life, but I'm going to move on. I'll get over it. So I fitted all that up, bolted it up, and then while I was there, I also did the CNC rear carbon reservoir for the rear brake. So what I did was use the brackets that you get with the CNC, had a spacer made up and then put a bolt in just to sort of get my sizing right. Then with the switch, I'm going to put that behind, use one of those rubber sort of like ties to tie it in, the OEM ones. And then I'm also going to be looking at probably becoming a stockist for ProBolt, not only for myself, it's really for myself. But my customers as well, because every now and again we need sort of different size and length and sort of, width bolts, and I think it's a good idea to sort of have them in stock. One of them that I got the other day, I'm going to use this one because it's the same pitch and thread, for that to go through there, so that I can use that little conical style titanium bolt to hold the little cable holder there, and then I'll get some more to fill up those little holes as well. So I think it looks a lot nicer. The carbon sort of blends in a little bit, and it looks a lot nicer than the stock big plastic cover that's normally there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, if it's great or if it's a total waste of time and resources and mental energy. But I think it's good, because this is the side that people see of all bikes, and it's sort of like the feature side. You've got your good side and then your bad side. This is the good side. Well, that ends this week's episode. I'm starting to get a little bit better, hence why I can talk. It might be a little bit soft and muffled, but I'm doing my best. So we did the carbon side radiator covers, and we also did the rear brake line mod. So let us know what you think in the comments. Now, I also need to mention a little bit of a promo that we're doing. Now, unfortunately, it's only open to Australian residents or someone that lives in Australia. And what you need to do is you need to jump on the Clean Ride Facebook page. I'll put a link down the bottom, or switch to another shot. Cool. So go on the Clean Ride Facebook page. We have a poll that we're running. So we're looking for the next project bike to do, and I've sort of narrowed it down to 2 bikes, and it's going to be the Panigale V4S. Only because I've never done one before. I haven't done a sports bike in a long time. I think the MV F3 was the last one I did back in 2018, 19. So it's about time I do a sports bike. Or we're going to do the BMW S1000 RR. I think it's race, but there's so many, not the top one, but sort of the top of the lower pack. So all you need to do is you need to go on the Facebook page, you need to vote, you need to share the post, and obviously subscribe to the YouTube channel. And one lucky person is going to be picked from with one of those generator number things, because I don't want to cut all bits of paper out and put it in a bag. It's, and someone's going to win a brand new X-Lite. I think it's the 803 RS, the track one. I'll put a picture up now so you can see. One lucky subscriber / Facebook liker / sharer is going to win that helmet, which will be shipped direct to them once they confirm sizing and whatever colours are available. So check the T's and C's at the bottom of the post. So yeah, if you guys can help me out by sort of giving me direction of where to go, I'm going to give you a helmet, or one lucky person is going to get a helmet. So on that note, thank you so much. Next episode, we're going to look at the seat. We're getting some custom work done, so we'll go and see a guy called Lorenzo. Then we're also hopefully getting these effing wheels that have taken like 4 months now to come, but there's a big saga on that, which again I'll probably explain next week when I see you all. So thank you so much. Again, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like and share, and those that have, thank you so much, and we'll see you all soon. And I'm on the road to recovery. Yeah, finally.